was not born into power. I was chosen by the gods. When I first opened my eyes to this world, our people were already wandering. The Mexica were small in number, children of hunters and weavers, carrying what little we owned upon our backs. Around us loomed nations stronger than ours, their banners carried by warriors with faces painted in crimson and black. We were tolerated for a time, fed scraps when it suited them, hunted like vermin when it did not. Hunger was the rhythm of our days, exile the only land we knew. I remember the sight of children's ribs pressing against thin skin, of women clawing at the soil for roots to keep them alive. The old men spoke of omens, that the gods had promised us a home, if only we could endure. But where? The mountains turned us away, the lakes offered no refuge, and everywhere enemies stalked us like wolves. And then came the fire. It was in the season of storms, when the air crackled with the breath of Tlaloc. Clouds bruised the sky and thunder rolled as if the heavens themselves were at war. We gathered on the high ground, a circle of warriors, shamans, and mothers clutching infants. Flames leapt from the ritual pyres, their smoke clawing upward like spirits returning to the sky. As the drums beat, I felt my chest tremble with each strike. My body was not the largest, my arms not the strongest. Yet when the priest cast the burning copal into the fire, a vision seared my eyes. An eagle feather falling into the flames, unburnt, glowing white as bone. My heart seized. I thought it was madness, until the others gasped. They too had seen it. Whispers turned to stares, stares to murmurs, murmurs to chants. The gods had given a sign, and that sign had fallen upon me. Not all believed. A rival stood among the warriors, Tequihua, broad-shouldered, with scars that told of battles I had never fought. His gaze was sharp as obsidian, and his silence heavier than the storm. That night, while others celebrated, he tested me. He led us on a raid against a neighboring camp, seeking food and honor. We crept through reeds slick with rain, our blades of flint catching stray flashes of lightning. The clash came swift, screams, the wet sound of stone splitting flesh, smoke rising from huts as fire took them. In that chaos I proved myself. I did not seek blood, but I fought as if the gods watched my every strike. When a spear came for one of our young warriors, I stepped into its path, the obsidian tip raking fire across my arm. Pain burned, but I did not fall. I tore the spear free, drove it into the soil, and rose again. The others rallied, the enemy broke, and food was ours. By dawn, the Mexica returned laden with maize and dried fish. Mothers wept as they fed their children, the first true meal in many days. Yet it was not the food they remembered. It was the sight of me standing blood-soaked beneath the storm, refusing to fall. Still, Tequihua did not bow. He demanded a trial before the people, a contest of endurance beneath the sun. We were stripped to the waist, obsidian blades pressed to our chests. Blood dripped onto the earth as the tribe gathered, chanting. We cut ourselves again and again, feeding the soil, proving our will. The sun beat down, merciless, and men began to sway and collapse. But I endured. The world blurred, pain became light, and in that blaze I felt the gods pressing down upon me. When I awoke, I was lying upon the sacred earth, my chest streaked in blood and dust. Around me, the people knelt. Tequihua lay fallen, silent, his strength broken. And in their voices rose my name, Tenoch, Tenoch, Tenoch. In that moment, the burden settled upon my shoulders. I was no longer a hunter, no longer a wanderer. I was the chosen, the guide, the one to carry my people into destiny. My heart trembled, not with pride, but with gods did not choose lightly. That night the fires burned high, and the eagle feather was placed in my hand. I raised it to the sky as the tribe roared, the smoke carrying our voices to the heavens. Blood marked the soil, binding us together in a vow that we would endure. But triumph is never without shadow. Word of our strength spread quickly, and those who once tolerated our presence now saw danger in our rise. At dawn, messengers came, not with gifts, but with threats. The land we had claimed was no longer ours. We were to leave or be slaughtered. As the fires dimmed and the drums fell silent, I looked upon my people. Children clung to their mothers. Warriors sharpened their blades. Elders whispered prayers into the wind. The gods had chosen me to lead,